This is the plaintiff, Marquita George. She says she and the defendant have been friends for 10 years, and it's quite sad it's come to this, a lawsuit. She loaned the defendant $1,000 after he lost all his money at the casino, and now she's having one heck of a time getting it all back and is suing for the $800 she still owed. This is the defendant, Stephen Joseph. He says he fell onto some hard times due to COVID, and the plaintiff gave him some money to help him out. She never, ever mentioned this was a loan. It was a gift, and he was grateful for it. He's accused of moaning over some loaning.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
I do.
People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Williams are presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ms. George, you're suing your former friend, Mr. Joseph, for the balance of a loan, $800 that he refuses to repay. How did you come about to loan him that money to begin with?
He called me and said that he had lost the money at the casino.
Oh. So a gambler calls you, tells you he lost everything at the casino, so you give him more money.
Well, I haven't known him to be a gambler. He's not he doesn't have a problem or anything. So okay. I didn't have a problem loaning it to him.
That turned out to be a problem, though, because you're here, right?
Yes.
Had you ever loaned him money before?
I think we've probably loaned each other money, small, $50, and I wouldn't call it a loan. It was just here you go, if you need something.
But have you ever loaned each other $1,000?
No.
Okay. So, and were you dating him or no, you're just friends?
We're just friends.
Okay. And do you specify with him when he's going to pay you back?
I did not. I didn't think I needed to, just because, I know he works. I know that he's responsible. He has money. So I didn't, our friendship has never been I felt like I didn't need to reiterate.
All right. So when was the first time that you asked him, hey, when are you going to pay that back?
It's probably 2 months after, maybe 3 months, I think.
And what did he say?
I think I asked him, how's everything going? And, just wanted to know, when did you plan on start making payments back? And he was like, I haven't forgot about you. Just give me a little bit of time. Things are a little iffy right now. And I'm sure, no problem.
All right. So the total amount he ever paid back was only $200.
Yes.
And did you tell him, look, I'm going to take you to court, or you didn't want the confrontation, you just took him to court?
Months and months later, after I think I would message and call him and he wouldn't respond. And then I'm like, I see that you're on Facebook and you're not answering me. And then I think I was like, so this is your address and everything. And I think that's when he answered and chill out. I'm going to cash app you some money today.
Mr. Joseph, tell me what the deal was with this $1,000, please.
From my recollection. Oh, good afternoon, by the way. How are you today, Juez Milian?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Okay.
From my recollection, her story is pretty accurate, except for the part where it being a loan. She had
except for the whole thing.
I think she won the lottery. She won a small lottery or something like that. And me losing money at the casino is right. She called me the same day that I lost the money. And I was like, wow, this is ironic. I was like, yo, let me get $1,000. And she was like, I got you. And
how many people just rain $1,000 on you in your life that you would think that you didn't need to pay that back? I mean, if it was $10 or $50, a lot of people,
kidding.
What do you do with it? You gamble?
No, I'm just kidding.
Right, right. It's rare. That's why most people wouldn't think $1,000 was a gift. Why would you think it was a gift?
Because when she won the lottery, she called me.
So someone else winning the lottery is your windfall. Did you win the lottery, Ms. George?
I won a small sum of $5,000.
And apparently a fifth of it belongs to him because he knows you. All right, so yeah. So now you realize why it's a problem to loan somebody $1,000 and not secure it with a promissory note and a payment plan?
Yes.
Right? So Mr. Joseph, why don't you explain to me why you paid $200 of it if it's a gift?
She told me afterwards, she was like, yo, you got that money? And I was like, okay. I didn't understand until I understood. And then I said, hey, my moral compass said, I'm going to pay her back.
Well, but then why did you stop paying her back?
I mean, I thought it was a gift. In turn, she told me it was a loan. I agreed that I would pay her back. I couldn't pay her back immediately. I gave her the increment of $200.
When did you give her the $200?
I can't recall.
I found.
When
did he give you the $200?
In October
of 2020.
Yes.
Okay. What have you paid since then, Mr. Joseph?
Nothing.
Right. And you're working, right?
No. I'm independent, doing my little odd jobs here and there, but
okay. So in your odd jobs here and there, do you get paid?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right. And how much of that little bit have you given her?
I haven't given her anything.
Okay. So let's look at the text. 200. When do you think you can have the money by? I called you back. Blah, blah. Blah, blah. I never got it. So I guess you feel you don't need to respond to me. Interesting how it wasn't like that when you were asking me for money. No, bro, not that, I swear. Just give me a few. I've been scrambling, trying to put blank together is all. I'll call you in a few. Not, what are you talking about? That was a gift. Yeah, and I'm trying to put blank together as well. Then you say, I'm getting 10,000 of my own from the PUA I never files. What does that mean?
That was for the pandemic unemployment.
Oh, I'm getting 10,000 of my own from the pandemic unemployment. I should have it by next week. Did you get money from the pandemic unemployment?
I did, but I didn't get it until very, 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 very much later because someone had impersonated me. I was using.
Okay, so when did you get that money?
I want to say probably like April.
And April, and how much money did you get?
I think I got like 7,000.
And how much of that 7,000 did you pay towards your debt to Ms. George?
I didn't pay the debt back.
Okay,
yet.
but and yet everywhere that I see a text, I have you stringing her along. I don't have you saying, "What do you mean? I thought that was a gift." I should have it by next week, which of course you didn't. That was in October. I'm sorry, babes. I'm not trying to. Hold on, I'm in the middle of a sentence. You're blank up as much as you've done. I still want to pay you off to this thing. I'm gonna call you in a few. Okay. I can see you when you're active and choose not to respond to me. I need to speak to you ASAP. I need some money to put to my sister's funeral. This is not a game for me. I hope I don't have to call you for a week to get you to answer. Now I was asleep. I'm going to call you. Best I can do is give you 200. Still didn't get my funds released. I got robbed last week. Gave something to someone and they disappear. Oh, so you know the feeling. Yeah, that's crazy and I feel bad, but I got my own life problems. And that's the end of it. Pay the lady her $800, Mr. Joseph. And Ms. George, what did we learn today?
That you don't loan money to friends without some sort of agreement or contract and a deadline.
Well, that's a good thing to learn. Let me teach you one more thing. I don't loan money to friends that I can't afford to see walk because I value my friends more than the money, and I'm going to lose my friends if I see them having a good time and ignoring a debt they owe to me. It won't be the money. It'll be the disrespect that'll get me. So if you're going to loan money and you want to keep the friend, make sure it's an amount that you'll just go,
lose.
Yeah. $800 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We still friends.
Mr. Joseph, you still want to be friends with her? You think she'll be friends with you?
She is my friend. We still friends.
All right, you got to give her the
$1,000 back. $1,000 isn't going to equate to 10 years.
All right, don't you feel a little embarrassed that you haven't paid her and the judge was really breaking you over the coals for that?
Nah, I deserved every ounce of it, but I will pay her back.
All right, at least you recognize it, no question. Good for you. Ms. George, the judge gave you some good advice. What do you think?
She's right. If you can't afford to lose something, you shouldn't let someone borrow it. And also, he's a good guy, just fell in hard times like everyone else, and so did I. So I had to resort to this to get my money back.
Let me ask you, you filed a lawsuit against him. Are you still willing to be friends with him?
Yeah, we'll still talk. There's no bad blood. Just learned a lesson and needed my money back. That's all.
And move on. All right. Okay. Well, congratulations. Harvey?
Doug, this is pretty simple and pretty important. When either you loan money to somebody or it's a gift, You got to put it in writing. If you're the person giving the money and it's a loan, send a text saying, I was happy to loan you the money. Please pay me back by X date. If it's a gift, the person who gets the money should say, thank you so much for the gift of whatever the amount is. If you do that, then you cement your case. If you don't do it, it's up for grabs.
Judge Milian, as a longtime fan, I remember when you had to read something with smaller text and you used reading glasses and even a magnifying glass sometimes. Now nothing. What's your secret? Surgery, contacts, what's the story?
I don't think I could have surgery on my eyes even in a million years. I would just be too afraid to do it. I wear contacts on the show. That's almost the only place I wear contacts. I guess sometimes to go out I'll wear contacts.
You wear them in both eyes?
Yeah, both eyes, and it's this one's for reading and this one's for distance.
So they're different.
Yeah, they're completely different prescriptions, and then your brain kind of puts them together not that well. Like it's never perfect.
I started using these reader glasses you can buy in any pharmacy. Cheaters, right? But I go to restaurants and it's never, the light is never great when you're at dinner at night in a restaurant. Your eyes don't let in quite as much light.
The kids hate this. You put the spotlight from the phone.
I have my phone light on.
What's it say?
And my kids are horrified. They're giving me grief. Dad, what are you doing? You're blinding people in a 3-table radius. I'm like, I'm just trying to read.
That's because instead of just shining it this way, you're talking and doing this too. So they have a point.